Good morning. Welcome to our Mandela Universes. I'm Amy. It's my first time here on YouTube, and I'm happy to be here. If you're finding our replay, welcome. We have been gathering every day on Instagram for like 5 years, and we've recently moved to YouTube, so welcome. We go live every morning at 10 a.m. Pacific, 8 a.m. East Coast, etc., etc. And if you want to watch us in the lives, just become a subscriber, and then you should be able to comment and all the fun stuff. So we're just going to wait and hope that people join. We have 3 people here. Hi everyone. I can't see the comments. Just a second. I'm getting... It looks like Kathy's here and Claudia's here. And I just got a text from Carol that it says the live is unavailable. So I see people here, but I can't see comments. So bear with me. Let me see if I can figure out how to see them. I'm on my phone, so if anyone has any tips, it says live chat is on. And my participant mode is subscribers. Now it says there's 14 people here. Well, this is really unfortunate for me. Okay, now I can see you all. All right. Things are happening. Kathy says good morning. Claudia says hi. Michelina's here, and Carol has made her way here. So I'm happy you're all here. In addition, there's 9 or 15 people who are also here. And whoever you are, welcome. I'm here with my cup of tea. I already explained who we are, what we do, how we've been doing it. Well, I didn't really explain what we do here. So we meet every day, we do a little grounding, we share a reading, we draw, or we prepare for the day by getting ourselves or our animals ready, or we make breakfast. We just bring our collective energies together for 30 minutes, and here we are. Claudia's is a nice teacup, very British. Yeah, my mom has a lot of teacups. She has a lot of coffee mugs and a lot of teacups, so I always like to try them all. This is part of her tea set. But I'm making myself a pot of coconut oolong tea in this little teapot, even though it's very hot out. All right, it's not actually that hot. It's not the heat, it's the humidity. So, how is everyone showing up today? I'm showing up a little impatient. Yeah, Claudia says, new people, please subscribe. Yeah, so if you're new here, or if you're watching us in the replay, if you subscribe, then you can comment and introduce yourselves, or, yeah. So Carol asks, were you part of the rainy deluge yesterday, Amy? Yes. It's been quite rainy. There's flooding, a lot of flooding in the Milwaukee area. My parents are about a half an hour away from Milwaukee, and it's just been raining. It rained like 8 inches overnight, I think. So the yard is a little wet, plants are a little drowned out. Luckily, everyone I know is okay, and there's some people with, flooding in the basement and stuff like that, but all is well here. I don't think I hit you, did it, Carol? Laura says, feeling melancholy with a side of eagerness. And Michelina says, feeling tired. I'm on a late night energy flow cycle. There's room for all our feelings. And Carol sending Laura much love. So, yeah, Carol says she didn't get it. I know we were driving, we went to a family picnic on Saturday, and it started thundering and lightning, and we had a shelter, so it was okay, but we packed up between breaks and we drove home in the rain, and we were kind of in the area where there's a lot of videos from the state fair and the Brewer game, baseball, which is where they were like cars buried in water. Unbelievable amounts of water all at once. So we made it safely though. It was fine. Claudius is feeling frustrated too and have cabin fever. Fingers crossed for a negative test soon. I hope the same for you, Claudia. We gotta get back out and back working too. Kathy says feeling annoyed and anxious today. And I may have read that already. So let's, I feel there's a lot of feelings of, non-calm, or just a lot of feelings. They're all out there. We're busy, we're engaged, we're sick, we're transitioning, we're doing all sorts of things. We're traveling. So I just found a reading this morning that I'm going to read, and then I'm just going to invite us to sit in some quiet. Pamela says, mornings be friends, in line to board my plane, wanted to check in. I'm excited for my adventure to North Carolina. Pamela, you're going to have a great time in Asheville and on your retreat. We'll be thinking of you. So the reading is a poem that I just found online by a poet named Howard Oliver. And Laura says, gotta get back to work. Love and miss you all. Love and miss you too, Laura. I hope you have a good day at work. So the poem is by Howard Oliver, and it's called This Moment. I'm smiling because a million possible alternatives which would have precluded this moment we're sharing didn't happen. Safe passage through countless intersections this week, the absence of calamity since breakfast, 1,000 breaths received in the last hour, delivered right on time. The tapestry of the present moment is complete and continuously refreshed, courageous, wholehearted, raw, and alive. Look, here it is again. So let's take a moment to find gratitude in this moment in which we are at right now. I am definitely leaning forward in my chair. I'm going to try to sit a little more upright. I'm going to put my feet on the ground so that I can feel the ground coming into my feet, that energy moving up my legs, up my shins, bending at the knees, coming towards my center, over my knees, over my quads, and making it to my core, my root. I can feel myself sitting in my chair as the energy makes its way up my spine. I'm supported by my chair, my lower lumbar. As this energy rises up, my breath also comes up and down. My chest rises and falls. The energy reaches my shoulders and extends out bilaterally to my right arm, to my left arm, through my biceps, past my elbow, over my forearms, into my wrists, all the way to my fingertips. It comes back that same pathway and just creates a loop of energy buzzing through my arms, as well as my legs and my core and everywhere else it's been. Coming into my neck, into my throat. I feel a little tension in my throat, all this area. Just breathing into it. Letting the energy come to the top of my head, to my crown, and just exist. It's everywhere, everywhere within me. I have the energy. You have the energy. Let that energy calm you. Let that energy deliver energy and energize you. Let it do whatever it needs to do for you. And I'm going to read the poem one more time. It's called This Moment by Howard Oliver. I'm smiling because a million possible alternatives which would have precluded this moment we're sharing didn't happen. Safe passage through countless intersections this week. The absence of calamity since breakfast, 1,000 breaths received in the last hour, delivered right on time. The tapestry of the present moment is complete and continuously refreshed, courageous, wholehearted, raw, and alive. Look, here it is again. So now I'm going to show you my notebook for anyone catching us in the replay, or those of you that I can't see who you are. We're happy you're here. I draw my notebooks in, I draw my mandalas in this little notebook. Some days they're abstract and they have words. Some days representational. Sorry, Claudia, I'm not good at drawing people. But yeah, just make marks. Let your emotions out. Maybe something in the reading or something I've said or something you've thought about this morning is just ruminating in your head and you want to put it on paper. Moxie Studio is here. I think that's Skyle. Hi, Skyle. Claudia says she loves that. I'm not good with people. I need more practice. You are much more beautiful than my rendition. But thank you. For those of you who date your pages, today is Monday, August 11th. 81125. Not that exciting of numerology. I like the 11. It's kind of fun. The 8 is 2 circles and the 11 is 2 dashes. I like to draw my mandalas with a complete breath. Today my line had a mind of its own. Just kept going. I wonder how bad it is if I turn this light on. Not bad. Not bad. Cast shadows on my page. Just have to go without. You've been seeing an awful lot of me lately on Instagram and now on YouTube. I'm here today. Instagram was because I was one of a few people that could lead, and I know Laura was traveling a lot this summer. So we're going to be switching leadership a little bit on Mondays. I'm kind of filling in. I know I have more stability when I'm at my parents' house, and but I think we're looking for maybe some new leadership shifting. I know Claudia might be shifting to Mondays. Cheryl Lynn is going to be coming next Monday to lead, and if Claudia is leading on Mondays or wants to lead on Mondays, that leaves Saturday open. So if there's anyone who wants to lead and Saturdays is a good day, speak now. Little bit of shifting, keep us all on our toes. Keep us young, keep our brains engaged. But so far, this transition is going well, and it's lovely to have the variety of leaders again. And figuring new things out about this platform too. So we're going to still keep a presence on Instagram and build one here too. So if you all want your mandala shared on YouTube, we can, I think you post it to your YouTube page tagged as our Mandala Universes, and then our Mandala Universes can tag it or can post it as part of our profile. And I don't think it goes away like Instagram did. It might be a permanent post, but if you are interested in sharing, we are very happy to post. I'm also going to post the reading that I did today, that lovely poem, on Instagram and on YouTube, so you can look in either place if you want to reference the reading. And we're just gonna see and evolve, see how we evolve. These lovely flowers that you're looking at, they are mostly the remnants from the bouquet from a week ago from my mother-in-law's garden, with the exception of this one. This one is from my dad's garden. This one's a dahlia, and this one right here is a zinnia, and I'm looking at quite a beautiful zinnia on this side too. It is a season of harvest here in the Midwest, and it is very celebrated. I've been eating fresh produce from the garden. This morning my mom made a kale smoothie. We had some fresh green beans last night. Last time I was at my mother-in-law's, she gave me some carrots and some beans and some beets. Tomatoes are coming in. Actually, my mom and I have a giant bowl of tomatoes sitting in the kitchen that we need to do something with. I found this recipe for like a tomato and those giganti, the big white beans, but we can't find them in the grocery stores around here. And my mom's like, can't we just use cannelloni beans? I'm like, no, we cannot. Those big white beans are so good. But it sure is rewarding to eat the bounty of the garden and make bouquets and leave them around the house. Bring them to friends' houses when I visit. Quick time check, it's 10:24. Still have 6 minutes together. Oftentimes people have I am willing statements, like words that come to your mandalas that you maybe make into an I am willing statement. Or sometimes mine just have words like out with the old, in with the new, or celebrate friends and new things. Or yesterday I wrote down the reading that Cheryl read from The Boy, the Horse, the Mole. In my mandala. and some days they're just beautiful mandalas. Claudia says, a lot of stone fruit here in SoCal. Yeah, that's also, we're getting our share of stone fruit from probably California. We've had the juiciest nectarines the other day. We went down to the beach because it was so hot, and we just ate nectarines, the kind that you bite into and they just drip everywhere. And luckily we were at the beach, so we were all sticky with nectarine and just went into the water. I've been thinking about making a dessert with some of the stone fruit, like a galette or cobbler. I made a peach cake earlier this summer. It was so good. I'm not usually a cake type person either, but this one, it was good. Good enough to make again. And I don't always make a lot of recipes twice because there's so many recipes out there to try. Michelina says, I am willing to heal reactively. Oh yeah, Claudia says, I made some plum jam and it turned out great. Yeah, I just got this cookbook from the library that I'm looking at, and she had like a blueberry, just a quick freezer jam, and it sounded similar to what you made, where you just kind of let the fruit break down and let it be messy and delicious. And Michelina says, galette is the best. And Kathy says, fresh peach pie is my absolute summer fave. Yeah, I'm inspired. I think I'm gonna have to bake today. We have air conditioning. You can turn the oven on. Sherilyn says, willing to take the energy as it comes. Oh, what wise words. Claudia says, wish to be healthy. I wish that for you too. I wish that for us all. I wish that for everyone. Health. It's of the utmost importance. Cheryl is here and she says, good morning. Good morning, Cheryl. And Carol says, I will send a recipe for, I can't even say it. I know it, I just can't say it. Those French words, they get me every time. Clafoie. Can use any fruit. Ooh, Cheryl says, reminded me of New York Times plum cake recipe. Need to make that while the fruits are here. Yeah, the peach cake was also from the New York Times. They have such good recipes. You know who else has good recipes? America's Test Kitchen. At this family picnic I went to, my aunt brought carrot cake from the Test Kitchen's recipe. It was divine. So moist, so just, you know, carrot cakey goodness. I love baking and talking about baking. And then Cheryl says that the New York Times plum cake recipe works with all the fruits. And Kathy says America Test Kitchen recipes. Yeah. And Michelina says, Dave and I love that show. Yeah. You just learn so much when you read recipes or listen to people who make recipes. People think it's kind of weird that I read cookbooks, but that's how you learn. All right, everyone. I just looked at the clock. It's 10:30. I could talk about stone fruit recipes all day. So here at Mandala Universes, we like to draw mandalas and talk about stone fruits and flowers and the ocean. My mandala is partially this blob that appeared with a little touch of the flowers that were in front of me. I don't have any words yet, but I might stare at it for a minute or two and find some words. And Kathy says, determined to take time for myself today. Cheryl says, thank you. Yeah, everyone be kind to yourselves, to each other, to everyone. And I wish you a beautiful Monday. Love y'all. Bye.